Just a minute.
For a minute, I didn't think anyone was home. Marissa here?
At work.
Oh, poor thing, home alone.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell her you dropped by.
Actually, I didn't come to see your mother. Of course, if she'd been here, I had a very good reason to see her. I thought I might buy you a drink.
It's a little early.
Well, maybe we could talk over some mineral water. Since our conversation, I've been thinking about you. I think I can help you.
Santana, I can't talk now. I've got an emergency on my hands.
I'm not leaving until I find out where my son is.
I can't tell you. Please try to understand.
You're keeping him for yourself, and it's not fair.
I won't discuss this anymore. I've got a life and death crisis to deal with.
So anyway, my mother thinks that you guys are my best girlfriends. Well, at least part of it's true. I mean, we are friends. Maybe when she calls, you could kind of like raise your voices a little. Besides, it's the only way I could get to Hollywood.
Yeah, this is terrific. I mean, you just pop in and you inform us you're here to stay.
Listen, we've got plenty of room, right?
This is a very tiny apartment, Danny.
Ted, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to barge in like this. I mean, I guess I should have called first, asked to see if it was okay. But I had no place else to go. You're not going to throw me out, are you?
Of course not.
Oh, great. I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll do everything, I promise.
We've got one humongous problem. We've only got one bedroom.
Oh, well, who gets it? Ladies first?
The humongous problem has just been vaporized.
Of course.
How are you now?
Fine.
Was our little conversation useful?
I think so.
Good. What are you going to do with the information?
I don't really want to talk about it, okay?
Oh, I love secrets. That's very intriguing. You know, I've been thinking about you in our conversation. I think you really need a fresh start. Put everything behind you. Leave Santa Barbara.
Leave? You and 10,000 other people.
Now, I know that the money is a problem, so I'm willing to make you a loan to cover your rent, your transportation, and even tide you over till you find a job.
Man, you really want me out of town.
I'm just thinking about you, not me.
You still think I'm a murderer.
I told you, my mind is not closed. But I see you scrambling around looking for work, looking for a witness, looking for some man who might be a murderer, thrashing about and getting nowhere.
No, I've made progress.
Really?
Yes, really. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna find the killer. I wouldn't be able to if I had to leave town.
And of course, there's Kelly who's here.
You just leave Kelly alone.
Well, I have to hand it to you. If I can't help you leave Santa Barbara, maybe I can help you stay. Do you want to work for me?
Work for you? Doing what?
Miscellaneous chores. Gardening, mostly. Fixing little things around the house. Cleaning the swimming pool. Maybe it'll lead to something more.
Like what?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you could become my personal exercise instructor. There are a few places on my body that need firming. Maybe you can help me flex the right muscle in between trimming the orchids. It's a job with a lot of variety. How about it?
bathing suit?
Yeah, right.
What's going on?
Well, yours truly is looking at columns of numbers.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, years and years worth of columns of figures. I mean, we have records that date back to when you were in diapers.
What's up?
Well, Mom wants me to go into the family businesses.
How is it?
Pure unadulterated confusion.
Well, you just started, right?
Yeah, there's a good chance I just started and just finished.
Why?
Look, I don't really look forward to adding up columns of numbers or analyzing business expenditures. It's just something I don't want to do.
You'd rather be surfing.
No, I'd rather be analyzing a different kind of figures. The 34, 24, 34 kind.
How long can you do that?
Hey, how high is the sky?
You want to be somebody, don't you?
Hey, I am somebody. Look, let me introduce you to your brother. Warren Lockridge, meet Lakin Lockridge.
When you're 80, you're still going to be a lifeguard?
I'll let you know when I get there. You know, you're starting to sound a whole lot like our mother.
She's only thinking of you.
No, actually, I don't think she's thinking of me very much at all these days.
You are so hard to talk to. I wish I could talk to you once in a while.
What have I done to deserve all this? I mean, if you really want to have something to worry about, why don't you worry about your mother? Rumors are flying.
What about?
Oh, her little meetings around, how shall I say this? Her little rendezvous with an ex-con.
Her what?
She's been seen meeting Joe Perkins around town.
She has?
Yeah, my source, which is not impeccable to say the least, said that she was seen at La Mesa with Joe Perkins more than once. And she batted her eyes at him more than once. I mean, no one heard their conversation, but by the looks of things, she was doing her best to seduce him.
I can't believe you said that! You know, it's not true. How could you even say something like that? I hate the way you think, Warren. I hate it!
Rosa, honey, what are these? I have no idea.
Clippings of Joe's trial and letters. And there's pictures, boxes and boxes of them. I found them when I went looking for Mother's wedding pictures.
Yes, I know.
Who would save these? Why do we keep all this stuff?
You'll have to talk to your brother about that.
Mason?
He gave me instructions to save it all.
Why?
I have no idea, Kelly. He told me to do it, and I did it. I didn't want you to find it, though.
That's why they were hidden under so much stuff.
I knew it would be painful.
Rosa, I want to get rid of every last one of these. Rosa, I read these. Can you imagine what that does to my insides?
That's about when you testified about the fight the night before.
Rosa, I thought of it enough.
I know. I know.
Every day. Maybe there were a few times when Joe was in prison that I didn't. But since he's back...
Honey, why do you still think about it? Why?
I wish I knew. I wish I could just wash it out of my mind.
I have to ask one question. It isn't polite, but I ask it as your friend.
As my almost mother.
Do you ever have doubts? Do you ever have thoughts that Joe Perkins might not have killed Channing?
It's a very hard question.
Because if you have doubts, darling, that would make it stay in your mind, as if you were always reviewing what happened.
The night before Channing was killed, Joe and Channing had this terrible fight.
Yes, I know. You and Joe were planning to elope.
Channing hated that when he found out. So did Daddy. So did the entire family. Everybody kind of went berserk.
I remember, sweetheart. I know.
There was nothing I could say to change the way they felt. Anyway, there was that hideous fight between Joe and Channing. Joe said he could kill Channing for messing up our lives, for keeping us apart.
And then the next day, the very next day,
I've had the hardest time going into Daddy's study since then. hate that room. Seeing Channing there, dead. And Joe standing over him, telling me he was sorry. Sorry? What an awful thing to say. My brother's dead and he's sorry.
Later, Joe said that he found the body that way, that he entered just before you. Did he ever change his story, honey?
No. No, he always said that. And that there was another witness. Somebody that he never found. Someone that never came forward. Rosa, everyone knew he was lying.
And you?
Well, what else could I think?
Don't do this to yourself, sweetheart. Don't.
Sometimes it just takes over, Rosa. I can't help it.
Lakin sent you guys some cookies. Uh-oh. What happened to your note?
Lakin wrote me a note?
Yeah. Oh, here it is. It's personal. She even sealed it with wax just so I wouldn't be tempted to open it. Which I wouldn't have been. I mean, a girl could get offended thinking that her best friend couldn't trust her. Notice I didn't touch it?
These are great.
Well? Aren't you gonna open it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, these look super.
I meant the letter.
Well, I'll read it later. In private. We gotta get you settled. You get the bedroom.
Gee, Ted, I really hate taking your bedroom.
Hey, no problem. Ted and I can sleep out here, right?
Yeah, sure. No big deal.
Oh, you are terrific. Where's the bathroom?
Other side of the bedroom.
Oh, you mean you have to go through my bedroom to get to it?
Well, unless you want to put up the bucks to remodel.
Well, you guys are welcome to use the bathroom, by appointment. Well, that makes sense. I mean, we're gonna have to take turns. You just can't keep barging into my room without notice. I'm gonna like it here.
Looks bad. Could be one hell of a spill. Did you get hold of Cruz Castillo?
No, he's not in town.
No, he hasn't been for 5 or 6 years. Last I heard, he was in Texas, troubleshooting rigs in the Gulf. We gotta have him here now.
Right.
When you get him, tell him the fire's out of control. We could have a major catastrophe in our hands. Your attention, please. This is C.C. Capwell. I want you to evacuate the area immediately. I repeat, evacuate the area. Clear the area. Evacuate the platform immediately. I don't want any lives lost in this.
I'm so frustrated.
I know, dear.
He wouldn't even talk to me. I don't give a damn about his oil well crisis. I want my son. I feel so close to finding him.
Have a little patience then, dear.
Just one word from Cece could make all the difference. One word is standing between my son and me. Mama, I just can't stand it. This is what I had in mind.
Perfect. Nice eye. You've calmed down.
Yes.
Dad must have worked some sort of magic.
Well, I tend to flare up occasionally. I'm sorry.
Don't be. It's fascinating.
So we'll stick to the basic color scheme of mauves and blues?
Yeah, unless you have another inspiration.
If I do, I'll clear it with you.
Stay.
I'm not ready to discuss the furnishings or the accessories.
Oh, I respect that. I think